Welcome to the deep dive. We're diving into EV maintenance today.
Yeah.
Seems like you've sent us a ton of stuff, videos, articles, even some forum threads. We're going to break it all down.
You're probably thinking about getting an EV, maybe arguing with your friends who love gas cars, or just curious.
Totally. Let's jump right in. Is maintaining an EV really as cheap and easy as everyone says? Are we going to forget what an oil change even is?
Well, EVs needing zero maintenance is a little bit of a myth.
So not totally hands-off.
Less maintenance, definitely, but zero, not really.
Okay, so what kind of maintenance are we talking about? I was hoping to never see another bottle of oil.
You might be able to say goodbye to oil changes, but there are still fluids that need attention, like coolant.
Coolant in an EV. I thought that was
Yeah.
just for, gas engines.
Nope, EVs have it too. But you don't have to deal with it as often. One of your sources, Andrea Cars, mentioned a coolant change interval of 12 years or 210,000 kilometers.
12 years. Wow, that's longer than some of my houseplants have lived. So besides coolant, what else?
Air filters. Just like in your house, EVs need to filter the air. And some models even have HEPA-level filtration.
HEPA level. So I'll be breathing mountain air even in traffic. That's pretty cool, especially for someone with allergies like me. Okay, so maybe not zero maintenance, but how about cost compared to, a traditional car?
Let's look at a real-world example. Andrea Cars compared a Mercedes E-Class diesel with the electric EQS and looked at maintenance costs over a few years.
A head-to-head, what'd they find?
The EQS actually came out ahead, even though the hourly labor costs for EVs are sometimes a bit higher.
Wait, higher? I thought the EEs were supposed to be simpler.
In a way they are, but they're newer technology, so sometimes you need a specialist. But the overall labor cost for the EQS was still lower because the service took less time.
So even though the mechanics might charge more per hour, it balances out.
Exactly. But remember, this comparison was based on Italian prices. So, adjust for your region and get personalized quotes.
Good point. Okay, so we've busted the myth of zero maintenance. And we've seen that EV maintenance costs can be lower than traditional cars. But what about things people worry about, like tires and batteries?
Let's talk about those next, starting with tire wear.
Yeah, I heard EVs can be tough on tires, all that instant torque, right?
Yeah, torque is basically rotational force, and EVs have a lot of it. That's what gives them the quick acceleration. But all that power going to the wheels can wear down tires faster.
How much worse is it, really? EV Pulse quoted Continental saying tire wear could be 25% higher for two-wheel drive EVs. That's a lot.
It does sound like a lot, but remember that tire wear is complicated. EV Pulse also mentioned a fleet study that found a much smaller increase, like 4%.
Okay, two very different numbers. What explains that?
Well, lots of things affect tire wear. Driving style, road conditions, the type of tires. EV weight and torque do matter, but tire technology, like special compounds made for EVs, can help.
So the right tires make a big difference.
For sure. It's something to consider when you're looking at the overall cost of owning an EV. Now, should we move on to batteries?
Let's do it. That's the one everyone worries about. Is it a ticking time bomb?
First, warranties. The Mercedes example we talked about, the battery's covered for 8 years, or 160,000 kilometers. Most other manufacturers are similar.
That's good. 8 years is a good amount of time.
Exactly. And battery tech is always getting better. Riflessioni talked about how those advancements are making batteries tougher and less expensive.
It's not like we're all doomed to face a giant battery bill in a few years.
Nope. Andrea Cars had a good analogy. Treating an EV battery like a ticking time bomb is like assuming a gas engine will die after a few years. Both are unlikely if you take care of them.
That makes me feel better. So we've learned EV maintenance isn't as simple as plug it in and forget it, but it also might not be as scary or expensive as some people think.
Exactly. And there's so much more to talk about, like the future of EV maintenance and those over-the-air software updates.
Yeah. But before we get into all that, let's take a quick break, come back refreshed, and ready to keep digging. All right, we're back, ready to dig deeper into this EV maintenance world. We've talked about some misconceptions and even crunched some numbers, but there's one big thing we haven't touched on: repairs.
Repairs, the word that scares every car owner.
Right.
But, with EVs, it might not be as bad as you think.
Oh, really? Why is that?
Well, EVs generally have fewer moving parts than gas cars.
Fewer moving parts. Okay, I think I see where you're going with this.
Fewer things to break. Think about it. No more oil changes, spark plugs, fuel filters, or complicated exhaust systems.
That's a lot less to worry about. So does that mean repairs are basically a non-issue with EVs?
Not completely. EVs have some unique parts, like the battery and electric motor. Those can need special attention, but they're designed to last a long time.
Speaking of the battery, I know people worry about that. It seems like every week there's a headline about an EV battery catching fire or needing to be replaced. Should we be worried?
Your Reflessioni source had some data on that. They found that most EV problems are actually about less expensive parts, or even things like weather damage.
So not those huge battery failures everyone imagines.
Right. And remember, battery tech is always improving. Future EVs will probably have even fewer problems.
Okay, that's good to know. So let's say my EV does need some work. Do I need a special EV mechanic? Can my regular mechanic handle it?
That depends. For routine stuff like tire rotations or air filter changes, most mechanics are fine.
But for more complicated stuff, anything with a high voltage system, I'm guessing I need someone with EV training.
Absolutely. Safety is so important when you're dealing with high voltage, so you want a qualified technician.
Good to know. Any other tips for finding a good EV mechanic?
If you're buying a new EV, see if the dealer includes maintenance. A lot of them do, and that can save you money and make sure you're getting service from people trained by the factory.
Smart. Okay, let's shift gears a bit. What can WE do as EV owners to keep our cars in good shape?
Oh, definitely. One of the biggest things is being smart about how you charge.
Interesting. Tell me more about that. What should we be doing? Or not doing?
Using fast charging all the time can be hard on the battery. It's like always sprinting. You get there fast, but it's tiring.
So using a level 2 charger at home is better.
Exactly. Level 2 charging is gentler on the battery.
Got it. What about charging to 100%? Should we avoid that?
Yeah, try not to charge to 100% all the time. It can shorten the battery's life. Most EVs let you limit the charge to like 80%, and that's usually enough for everyday driving.
Okay, limit to 80%. Check. What else?
Keeping your tires properly inflated. It's safer, better handling, and it also helps your tires last longer, which we know can be a thing with EVs.
Makes sense. And regular tire rotations are still important, right?
Definitely. And like any car, pay attention to any warning lights or strange noises. Catching problems early can save you from bigger, more expensive repairs later on.
All great advice. It's amazing how much we're learning about EV maintenance just from these sources you sent.
It shows how fast this tech is changing and how much there is to learn. Speaking of change, have you noticed how much everyone's talking about software updates?
Yeah, the over-the-air updates is one of the coolest things about EVs. It's like my phone, always getting new stuff.
It's really something. And it changes everything for maintenance. Manufacturers can use these updates to make the car perform better, fix problems, and even add totally new features, all without you going to the dealer.
So my car is basically getting smarter over time, just from some code sent wirelessly.
That's awesome. How do these updates even work?
It all starts with the EV's computer system. That system is connected to the internet, so it can get updates from the manufacturer.
So my car's online all the time. Is that safe? What about hackers?
That's a really good question. It's something car companies are taking very seriously. These systems are designed with a lot of security to stop anyone from getting in and to protect your data.
That makes sense. But security aside, this whole over-the-air update thing is pretty amazing. What kind of updates are we talking about? They can be small bug fixes or big improvements. Some might make the battery better, so you can drive farther or charge faster.
Wow. So my car could literally wake up one morning with more range.
Not quite magic, but close. Other updates could make the safety features better, like improving the brakes or adding new driver assistance features.
So my car's not just getting smarter, it's getting safer too.
Mm-hmm.
Have there been examples of completely new features added through updates?
For sure. Some manufacturers have added things like better voice control for the infotainment system, new driving modes for different conditions, and even games and entertainment apps.
Games in my car. Now that's taking things to another level. I was a little unsure about all the EV hype, but the more we learn, the more I get it. It's not just about the environment. It's a whole different way of thinking about cars.
I totally agree. It's a huge change, and these over-the-air updates are a big part of it. They let car companies keep making their cars better, so it's a really dynamic experience for the owner.
So it sounds like we need a whole deep dive just on these software updates.
That's a great idea. But for now, let's take a minute to let all this sink in and get ready for the last part of our EV maintenance journey.
Okay, we're back. And my mind is officially blown. Those over-the-air updates are like straight out of a sci-fi movie.
Yeah, they really are something.
But you know what's even crazier?
What?
Thinking about what EV maintenance will be like in the future.
Even further ahead.
I know, right? We've gone from oil changes to software updates beamed in from who knows where. What's next? Self-driving mechanics.
Self-driving mechanics, huh?
I mean, why not?
I kind of like it. And it might not be as crazy as it sounds.
Really?
Think about it. We talked about predictive maintenance, right? Using sensors and AI to figure out problems before they even happen.
Yeah. Like my car saying, hey, your tire's low on air. That's already pretty futuristic.
Exactly. And it could get even more advanced. What if your car could not only find a problem, but also order the parts and schedule an appointment for you?
Wow. No more calling around for quotes or trying to fit it into my schedule. My car would just handle it. That's amazing.
And that's just the beginning. What about remote diagnostics? Instead of taking your car to a mechanic, they could figure out what's wrong using wireless tech.
Like a virtual doctor's visit, but for my car.
Exactly. They could look at the data from your car's systems, find problems, and even fix some things with software, all without you leaving home.
That would be awesome, especially for people who don't live near a dealership. What else is coming down the pipeline?
Well, those over-the-air updates we talked about, they're only going to get more powerful. We might see updates that make the battery way better, maybe even giving you a lot more range or faster charging.
So my EV could keep getting better and better, like how our phones get updates that add features or make them run smoother.
It's kind of like that, yeah.
That's wild. What about safety? Could updates make those better too?
Definitely. They can improve the features that are already there, like making the brakes even faster, or even add totally new safety tech as it comes out.
So it's like my car is always learning and getting safer. Is there anything these updates can't do?
Well, they probably can't make your car fly, at least not yet.
Okay, true. Flying cars are for another day. But seriously, all this talk about the future of EV maintenance is making me so excited.
Me too. And there's one more thing I think we should talk about. Self-healing components.
Self-healing components. Now, that sounds like something out of Star Trek.
I know it sounds crazy, but the things are moving so fast in material science. We might actually see EVs with parts that can repair themselves, like tiny cracks in the battery or little bits of damage to the wiring.
My car could actually heal itself. How is that even possible?
Researchers are making materials that can actually react to damage. They might change their structure or trigger a chemical reaction that basically seals the damage right up.
That's insane. So what does all this futuristic stuff mean for the average person who owns an EV?
It means the future of EV maintenance is looking really good. All this technology could make owning an EV even easier, cheaper, and better for the planet.
I have to say, you've totally changed how I think about EV maintenance. I started out with a lot of questions and some doubts, but now I'm actually excited about what's coming next.
That's great to hear, and that's what the deep dive is all about. Digging into complicated stuff, figuring out what's real and what's not, and hopefully getting people curious and excited.
Well, you've definitely done that today. Thanks for taking us on this journey into the world of EV maintenance.
It was my pleasure.
And to all our listeners, thanks for joining us for this deep dive. Remember, EV maintenance might not be as simple as some people say, but it's totally doable. And it's even kind of exciting when you think about all the amazing tech coming our way.
So embrace the electric future, stay curious, and enjoy the ride.
Until next time, happy driving, everyone.